Hello snowboarders of the internet, I'm your host Avran LeFeber, and in this video we're going to review the 2020 Rossignol Templar. This board is available in 6 sizes, 153, 155, 156 wide, 158, 159 wide, and 162 wide. This board features Rossignol's Amtech All Mountain camber profile, which is 40% camber underfoot and then 30% rocker in the tip and the tail. Basically, it's cam rocker with not as much camber, so you're still gonna get that load and pop underfoot, but you're gonna get a lot of play out in the tip and the tail. I rode this board at Copper Mountain on a sunny bluebird day with really high winds, so a lot of the upper mountain was just really wind blown and scoured. It was pretty icy, but lower mountain, super solid. Snow was a little soft and chundery. Corduroy was pretty much non-existent because I got there later in the day, and I rode this with my K2 Indy bindings and my K2 Thraxis boots. For 2020, they added more carbon through the middle of this board to help stiffen it up, and it still comes in at a below the middle of the road flex. Yeah, it's a little bit stiffer through the middle, but you still have a lot of play out in the tip and the tail. There's a lot of torsional flex to it. Overall, this isn't the most stable board. It does get bucked around in rutted out terrain. You can feel just about any kind of vibration underfoot with it. It's one of those boards that when you're charging, you look down and the tip and the tail are flapping, and that just resonates right back underfoot. So, you know, if you're hoping for a stable ride, not gonna happen. There is a huge flex point right here, right there, yep, right there, right where the rocker meets the camber zone. And when you load the camber up and engage it right at that flex point, you're gonna get snap. It's not the snappiest board, but it's pretty damn solid, and you can feel that carbon through the middle reacting to the load of the traditional camber area. So you will be able to pop with it. It's easy to engage, it snaps off anything. You don't have to overly think how you're gonna load this board up. And when it comes to jumps, you want to keep it to the smaller stuff. I mean, I really wouldn't hit anything over 20 feet with this. It's just gonna wash out with all that rocker in the tip and the tail. Are you just learning how to jib and butter? Good, this board will suit you just fine. That rocker zone is immense, and it is so easy to lean back or lean forward and just be into a press. This board does not fight you on anything. You want to get sideways on a butter, you can actually overpower the board. It's not hard. This is a deck that you can throw around, do just about anything with. When you get into the jibs, it locks into presses, it locks into slides. It's very easy and forgiving. It's not a board that's very domineering. There's not a lot of rebound. There's not a lot of fight to it. It's just very playful and easy to progress with. Can you overpower this board when carving? Yes. Will you overpower it? Maybe. I don't really know you, so I can't tell you that. What I do know is this board is very easy to engage. It rolls from edge to edge smoothly and effortlessly. That serrated edge grips on icy terrain and locks in so you don't wash out. The flex of the board is where you get most of the drive. Even with that carbon between the feet, when you center flex this board, you can still just push into it as hard as you want. Really just drive that board into the carve and then let it rebound out through the tail and push it out of the carve. This board, it carves well enough for what it is. It's not the worst, it's not the best, it gets the job done. This board is 100% for the progressing rider that isn't pushing it hard yet. This is for someone that maybe they know how to link a turn, or they're just starting to carve, you know, they're coming off rental equipment, or they're coming off a full-blown beginner board, and they need something that's more intermediate. Then this is where this board falls. So the big thing to note with this board is Rossignol added carbon to it to try to stiffen it up, and I think to really push it more into that intermediate level. They market it as a board for intermediate to advanced riders. Yeah, an advanced rider can ride it. It doesn't mean it's going to be the best thing ever. In all honesty, all that carbon did was add a little more snap through the middle. It's not really an aggressive board, and I really would hesitate to put anyone that's past intermediate on it. It does its job and it does it well enough, but it's not mind-blowing. I mean, this is like one of those boards that you use as a step up to your next board, and that's kind of where it falls. I mean, it was nice to have a little more snap out of the middle of it, but I mean, there's other boards on the market that are more geared towards an intermediate advanced rider. So with that said, is it bad? No. Is it great? No. It's a snowboard. It fits perfectly where you need it to be in the spectrum of intermediate boards, and that's where I'm going to leave it. Comparable boards: the Nidecker Score, the Burton Instigator, the K2 Ray Gun. This has been my review of the Rossignol Templar for 2020. Do you agree with it? Do you disagree with it? Do you own one? Are you thinking of buying one? Leave me a comment down below. Let's have a conversation about this board. If you're new here, remember to subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications. That way you're not missing any of the videos we've got coming out. And trust me, we try to put out a video a day for you guys. And if you'd really like to support us and see the channel grow and see us just do bigger projects, swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP. It's the best way to get stickers in your mailbox every month and support us. As always, I've been your host, Avran LeFeber, and I'll see you in another video.